Imagine for a moment. You're walking down the street. Everything seems normal. And suddenly, the world flips upside down. No earthquake, no explosion, just an absolute silence. The Earth has stopped spinning. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, if it happened, it wouldn't just be the end of a day. It would be the beginning of a physical apocalypse that nothing could stop. Welcome to Simulation Room. Today, we explore the unthinkable. What if the Earth stopped spinning? The first problem isn't the stop itself, it's inertia. At the equator, the Earth spins at around 1,700 kilometers per hour. If the planet stopped suddenly, everything that isn't firmly anchored, the air, the water, buildings, and you, would keep moving at full speed eastward. 1,700 kilometers per hour, that's faster than a fighter jet, faster than a supersonic train. Imagine being thrown at that speed, through a city, through a forest, into total chaos. The atmosphere itself would lift, triggering monstrous winds that would sweep everything in their path. Nothing would survive this supersonic blast. But suppose you survived the initial winds. The world around you would be unrecognizable. The Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It's slightly bulged at the equator because of the centrifugal force of its rotation. Without rotation, gravity would take over. Imagine the oceans crashing toward the poles, carrying cities, forests, and mountains in an endless chaos. Canada, Europe, and Russia would be submerged. In contrast, a gigantic continent would emerge along the equator. The world map as we know it would cease to exist. The cycle of life as we know it would be completely disrupted. Today, the Earth spins on its axis every 24 hours, creating our day-night cycle. But if it stopped, that rotation would vanish. The result? A day would last an entire year. Imagine this. The side facing the sun would be in constant sunlight for 6 months, with scorching temperatures that could exceed 100 degrees Celsius, while the other side would be plunged into 6 months of polar night, freezing everything instantly. In other words, there would be no more fast day-night alternation. Life could only survive in a thin strip of land between the burning side and the frozen side, where the sun stays low on the horizon, an eternal twilight suspended between a desert of fire and an ice inferno. And that's not all. The Earth's liquid iron core generates our magnetic field, our shield against cosmic and solar radiation. Without rotation, that shield would vanish. We would be bombarded by deadly radiation from the sun and cosmic rays. Even the atmosphere itself could be stripped away by solar winds. The Earth as we know it would cease to exist. So, should we panic? Thankfully, no. NASA estimates that the probability of this happening is practically zero for the next billions of years. But this thought experiment reminds us of one thing. Our lives depend on an incredibly fragile balance. A simple stop in rotation, and everything we know would be transformed. So, enjoy every sunset, while it still lasts 24 hours. If this video made your head spin, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating content. And you? Where would you want to be if the world stopped? Let me know in the comments. See you next time.